our monster variant of the podcast is the Nexus Wyvern. So obviously, because I was reading through my Fizbin's book, I had to delve into something draconic dragon. It just kind of fit the theme. And because of that, I had to go with something that was arguably a dragon or not a dragon. Technically, a wyvern is not a dragon. Anybody that has seen dragons in Game of Thrones, those aren't dragons.
Right, so every dragon in Skyrim is not a dragon.
Yes. So the Nexus Wyvern, to build this to build this bad boy, we're going to start with the stat block of the Basilisk, but you're going to get rid of Petrifying Gaze because then it's not going to be our dragon. We're going to give it flight, 60 foot. We're going to give it a new aura called Nexus Aura. Each creature that starts its turn within 20 feet of the Wyvern must succeed a DC 12 strength saving throw or be pulled 10 feet towards it. Basically, it has a gravity aura that just sucks the players into it. Then we're going to give it Graviton Dome that recharges on a 5 or 6. The Wyvern exhales a 20-foot radius sphere of purple and blue haze that creates a powerful localized gravity centered on the Wyvern. It should be centered on the area. I think I changed that. The sphere spreads around corners and area is lightly obscured. The area lasts for 1d6 plus 2 rounds or until a wind of moderate speeds knocks it all away. Falling damage in the air is increased by 1d10 per 10 or 1d6. I think is actually what falling damage is, isn't it? I always put D10, but I'm pretty sure it's D6.
For 10 feet.
So an extra D6 for every 10 feet. When a creature starts its turn in the area or enters for the first time, including when the Wyvern creates the aura, it must succeed a DC 12 saving throw. On a fail, the creature is restrained. On a success, the creature's speed is halved for the remaining, while the area remains. The restrained creature can repeat the saving throw at the ends of its turns. Then, of course, we're going to give it legendary actions. Because it's a low-level creature, none of these really do any damage, but man, are they fun. So first, it's going to be able to detect. Because it's in a light obscured area, you don't want the little rogue bastards being able to hide super easy. So we're going to give it detect. We can make a wisdom perception check as a legendary action, and we're also going to give it imposing figure. The Wyvern spreads its wings and lets out a bellowing roar, and any creature within 30 feet must succeed a DC 12 wisdom saving throw or be frightened until the end of their next turn. And of course, we're going to give it tail because what Wyvern isn't going to bitch slap anybody that tries to start some stuff. The Wyvern makes the shove action against a creature within 10 feet of it. Oh my goodness. I love this. I had a lot of fun designing this, and I would love to hear what Hello Operator's thoughts are on this.
So first off, I love this. I love interesting mechanics. Mechanics are what make creatures worth fighting to me.
Oh, yes.
It's not just it does extra damage or it has extra resistance.
Right.
I love that gravitation aura. And my mind immediately started going places like, well, if this thing was bigger, if it was older, if it was stronger, having things like trying to move away from it, the ground is treated as difficult terrain. Or if you were adjacent to it, you take 1d whatever force damage at the start of your turn.
Yes, I love it. So good. And this is something
I love this.
The Basilisk, I think, is a CR3, right? So
Yeah.
I had to get creative with the extra abilities to not just be raw damage. And that's kind of what I try to always do is what is something interesting I can come up with. And a Gravity Wyvern that is mistaken as a dragon just sounded fun.
Yeah, I love it. And what, especially as a wyvern, so one of the things I love doing when I start thinking about creatures, I start thinking about their ecology, their society, how they live. I would have these guys living on cliffs.
Oh, yeah.
And they don't actively go out and attack things. They just pull their prey off the cliff.
That was what I was thinking too.
So have a dungeon or a lair where it just feels like they're going down a bridge that has no side rails and just have them posted up on pedestals.
Well, and this thing just flies by too. It'll just suck things near it.
Yoink.
So every time it goes to fly over them, they're pulled up and diagonal over the edge until they start falling. Like, oh my gosh.
Yeah,
I'm thinking of that. I love it.
I'm thinking of the laziest version of birds, like picking up shellfish or crabs and dropping them on the rocks below. No, it's just flying by you and
it just drags it in its wake. What do you guys think?
Definitely a dangerous creature, and I don't think gravity's played with enough.
I agree. That's why I want to build a class around it.
Yep.
By the way, our Kickstarter did fund, and I have to build 4 new classes. And guess what flavor one of them is going to probably be? Gravity. Anyways, see?
My thoughts were the putting the graviton over the cliff and just letting the players fall.
Well, I thought it was also interesting that it's like a mist too that affects the area, not just a like burst of energy.
Yeah. I'm not thinking about that one random post where a guy was just driving down the road, and then a turtle suddenly fell out of nowhere onto his windshield because an eagle dropped it.
All right, so the last thing I mentioned how much I love regional effects, so I had to give my Wyvern a regional effect. So within a mile, random bursts of gravitational energy affect random objects and creatures per the levitate spell. In extreme rare conditions, it can even be reverse gravity, sending stuff falling in the wrong direction. Also, the pull of gravity thickens and doubles the weight of random creatures and objects, and the pull of gravity thins and decreases the weight of random objects by half. So the gravity all around this area is just goofed.
I love it.
Yeah, me
I
too.
love it so much.
So I think that'll do it.
It's just all along. It's like we must be.
Could you imagine how the players would feel if somebody just walked and just fell the wrong direction? They're like, "What the hell happened to Johnny?" So that'll do it for our monster variant. If you like these sorts of things, please consider checking out our Patreon. Every week, I not only publish these in fancy stat blocks with beautiful art, I also write up all the lore that we've kind of discussed in my own thoughts, as well as lore you can feed your player characters with those fancy knowledge checks that I don't know why they took away from 4th edition. They should have brought that in, but I do. So consider checking out, or you can pick up what I've got here on the website for free and, fill it out the rest yourself.